So for my climate mitigation project, I chose to do geothermal energy production, and I specifically chose to do it in the Azore Islands, which, as you can tell based on the little map I have here, that it is in the middle of the Atlantic. So now I'm going to explain why the Azores. Basically, the Azores are in this volcanically active triple junction area, and because of that, geothermal energy potential is very high there. But also, the other reason is that there has been research and government industry investment there since the first geothermal power plant was put on São Miguel in 1981. And so, because of that, there is a lot of science and backing behind it. So here is some background on geothermal energy production. Basically, it requires a high temperature underground water body, which is close to the surface, a well-connected power plant, and very little land area compared to other water sources. And essentially what happens is that hot water is pumped up through the system, energy is produced from that hot water, and the water is then pumped back into the ground. Here's an example of a power plant that was at the time fairly new in Pico Alto, which is on Terceira Island. So one of the pros of geothermal energy is that it doesn't have to be shipped in like fossil fuels do to the islands. It's also not weather dependent and has a lot lower maintenance and cost compared to some other forms of energy production like coal. And because of the growing amount of renewables in the region, it can be hybridized with other sources, and that can create a better grid, which can lead to energy independence. As you can see on the graph that I have shown here, there is now around a quarter of their energy production on all of the islands is just from geothermal, and that is growing because obviously that is from 2018. Some of the cons are there's a lack of social acceptance and there's environmental health issues that can come up. So far, production only exists on a few islands, but that is possible to be growing in the future.